Alright, so hello there. I'm going to do this one more time because I accidentally cut the recording and I figured that I can do it a bit better. My logic is a bit whack. Anyways, her trial. The reasons why the neighborhood didn't invade the My Hero Academia universe: no try-on, they only had quirks. The My Hero Academia universe is in the neighborhood. Azora Midoriya is the only child born with Tryon. Her Tryon can match. When it comes to it, her Tryon can match at least 4 Bijus. Her Tryon is able. It can match 4 Bijus at just 25% power. I know, broken OP character, but anyways, her side effect allows her to manipulate Tryon, so she has any side effect she wants, pretty much. See, in the future, she just has to manipulate Tryon. Ultra Hearing, manipulate the Tryon. So, unlike the original Midoriya, Azora was more interested in weapons and how they worked than quirks. She still had her quirk journal, but her quirk journal was to allow her to counter quirks. But everything went the same, but instead in this timeline, when Azora went to help Bakugo, Bakugo's sweat was going in the sludge villain, and he ignited it, and it caused a very big explosion, and caused the buildings to collapse on Azora. But when that's going to be on Bakugo's conscience, so now she's in the neighborhood. She is going to unlike the original Midoriya, this one is more interested in weapons and a bunch of other gamer-like things, such as Tracer, and she's more interested in the weapon side since she doesn't have a quirk. So she thought if she did have a weapon, might as well use what she can get, or what she can use, which are weapons. So because of her Tryon abilities, she is able to learn faster than the average human being. Her IQ is off the charts. Not even Nezu is able to keep up when she's learning. Her learning goes faster the more she goes into learning. Her learning goes with how much she's doing. If she's fighting multiple people at once, she adapts to their fighting style and fights. But she thought she had to rely on something else, since she thought that she was weak without anything else to use. Her Tryon levels were low, so they still didn't bother raid Earth for her. So when Bakugo ignites the explosion and the buildings crumble on her, instead of finding a body, they see the blood go splat But instead of just finding her body, they saw her blood dry up and her body was gone. They found no body. Poor Inko. Poor Inko. So this is 1 week after Yuga got killed by, well, almost got killed. He didn't fully get killed at first, but he's slowly dying. So they found her, and Yuga took her in, and seeing that she was from no other nation, she had no vest, anything. She didn't look like this. She looked like she was wearing her high school uniform. Hold on. So, I am back. Rebecca noticed that she wasn't in any she wasn't in any other nation's uniform. She was in her schoolgirl uniform. So, Rebecca told Yuma it's his choice to take her in or not. It's Rebecca we're talking about here. It's not his choice. Yuma said, okay, he's going to take her in. And then when he took her in, she slept for about 3 days. Yuga took care... Yuma. Yuma took care of her wounds, of her Malsal's wounds. She only had minor wounds at the time. That's what Isekai does. Anyways, she only had minor wounds. After Yuma treated her wounds, it took her at least 1 week to wake up. And when she woke up, she was met face to face with a Yuma Kuga. Yuma said hello. She responded with hi. And after that, she asks, who are you, where am I, and what happened? That is when Replica came in, saying, he is Yuma Kuga. I am Replica, and you are currently on this planet. Name, don't know the name. And we have noticed that we have gone too far out of your planet's orbit. So she stayed with Yuma for some time. Yuma taught her how to fight. She was a real fast learner. And when she brought up the topic of quirks, asking if Replica was Yuma's quirk, Yuma asked what was a quirk. And he checked if she was lying. No, she said she explained quirks, he checked if she was lying, and no, she was telling the truth. So he taught her how to fight and gave her a trigger. The trigger he gave her was a standard trigger. Even though and because of her ability to control Tryon, and because she thought she was powerless, she thought she couldn't use that trigger because she had quirks, and Replica told her that she was quirkless, so she might have the Tryon gene instead of the quirk gene. So what they did was give her a trigger and let her fight, or at least move around. So once she started to move around, she activated the trigger, and she did believe it at first, but once she noticed she was in her Tryon body, she was amazed. When she asked about the triggers, she believed that she had a fighting chance, so at least 25% of her power was lifted up, and 25% equal to 4 Bijus. Yes, I am making her stupid OP. For a matter of fact, for 10-tail Bijus, I'm making her stupid OP. So, because she lifted the Tryon limiter on herself, because she thought she had power now, she started to move around and more Tryon went into the trigger. She started to get a feel, and when she deactivated the trigger, she asked Replica about them. He explained how trigger and the Tryon gene works. So after he did, he told her, he unscrewed it and showed her the inside and showed her the workings. I may not have told you in this video, but I did a last one and it didn't work out so well. She's a tech god. She can edit anything. And when it comes to code, she knows it. So this wasn't much for her. But when she saw that she was able to make weapons, the first thing that came to mind was the weapon from Ruby. So weapons from Ruby. So her first goal was to build her own trigger, which obviously Replica helped her, showed her the insides and workings of a trigger, and she has built a trigger. Her trigger in the form of a headphone. She needed multiple different triggers because she needed multiple different Tryon bodies. She coded and moved around. By this time, she and Yuma are good friends. So there's a surprise coming in. This surprise is going to have to wait for some time. But I'm just going into the first episode where she and Yuma have gotten into Borders universe. She said she was from She said she was from someplace. She and Yuga went to school and explained how they were from someplace far. And when they told Yuga to take off his ring, she said no, it's a family heirloom to him, something from his father, which has died a few months ago. And they left him alone. Her trigger now is headphones. She just puts her headphones up in her bag. By the way, her trigger is locked. She also has a she also has a connection to Repkind there. So she can contact Yuga if she needs to. When they threw the paper ball at Yuga, he took the paper ball and did it. They tried to flirt with Azora, but Azora said she was not interested. So when they call up Four Eyes and do this, yada yada yada. Alright, so I'm going to end it here because I can't remember that part of the episode. I've watched too far in. Anyways, goodbye.